Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm, of course, your host, TD the Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be playing in the T25-2, the Tier 7 American Tank Destroyer. Now, this is a very weird vehicle. It's got a great amount of damage per minute. It's actually got 2,800, which is more than most Tier 8 mediums by a lot when you think about it. And this vehicle, even though it is listed, quote-unquote, as a tank destroyer, is more of a medium playstyle, as it's decently quick, and, well, I was going to say it had some armor. It's more than the Hellcat, I'll put it like that, but overall, 150 millimeters can easily HE through the turret, the side, the rear. This thing does not have armor. That is the killer, is that it has no armor, and the gun also struggles a little bit with penetration for the tier that it's in. But nonetheless, that does not stop it from being a decent vehicle. The issue is that for newer players, this is a terrible, terrible grind. In fact, this is one of the lowest win rate tier 7s in the game stock, and it definitely makes sense. First of all, it's got low alpha. While the DPM is great, alpha is definitely something you need to have supporting your tank to be able to get, really beefy shells out. A good example of this would be like the ISU 122S. That vehicle has got really, really good DPM and a big alpha, which means that, sure, you might shoot somebody, but you'll hit them for 400. Even if you don't get any other shots out that game, you're still hitting that person for 400 damage, which means, yeah, you're still hurting them quite a bit. Compared to a vehicle like the T25-2, where you've only got 225, it's definitely a lot less of a hit. It's more like a little poke. But that little poke can hurt when you keep on poking the enemy over and over and over, and that's exactly what we're going to try and do to vehicles like the M4FL10 over here. There's already 2 shots into him, and that's about 450 hit points taken off. There's 3. That's already 600 hit points taken off. That's where this tank can become very, very strong, is the ability to get out those big, big shots. Like, we've already brought what was a full health medium down to almost a one-shot. That's pretty dang impressive, and he even managed to bounce my hull, which is also very impressive on his level of skill. So, there you go, another nice shot into the Panther, and with that, we got one more shell going. Oh, the lag is real, isn't it? But nonetheless, we got a final shell into that Panther. Looks like our SPIC's not going to shoot the guy, so I'll finish him off. And with that, that wasn't bad at all. In fact, we're sitting at just 1,600 damage. And our team, even though they're not doing the best with an AFK M6, we do have a full health Leo at least. And I thought this guy was literally just full health. What? Where? Okay, well, you know what? It's fine. I don't think we're going to win this just looking at the... looking at it, but we'll see what we can do here. What can we do? We got the KV-1S. We also got a salty M4FL10 on the enemy team, but, well, that's not my problem. All right, we'll see what we can do here. We got a Tiger 1 who's over in mid, which is pretty good for us if we want to rip into him, but as well, I got to be a little bit careful. Now, that Tiger, showing me his full side, we got a pretty nice snap into him, and hopefully I'm not detected. Never mind. Never mind. We are definitely detected from that. And I got to be careful again. That KV-1S is trying to side scrape this out, and we're going to tap him right in the hull. There you go. Nice shot for 220. And what am I going to do? Well, that Tiger is ripping apart our M6 currently, and with that tank being ripped apart, I'm going to drive away. While I have the time, I'm going to drive as quickly as possible, which is probably the smartest thing to do. So let's do that just now. I do know that the AT7 is right there, and with that AT7 being there, as well with that KV-1S pushing forwards, I might be able to get some snaps into them across. Let's aim in on that Tiger. There you go. Nice tap for 238. And of course, with such a ridiculous amount of DPM, I'm not able to penetrate that guy. Never mind. Oh boy, my SPIC is bleeding quickly. Oh boy, that is not what I want from a teammate. All right, let's see if we can maybe get a shot. Oh, Wargaming. Why? Why Wargaming? Okay, let's try again. We got the KV-1S right off to the side. There's one nice shot into him, and of course, we need one more to finish him off. So here we go, aiming and fire. There we are. He is taken out. Now, the Tiger is off to our side, and, well, I'm hoping that my teammates come over here to help me. But the great thing is that he's apparently shooting HE, which is actually great. Yeah, I will say that is great. I wasn't going to say that, but yeah, that's actually fantastic. He's dead. He was just a skilled player. That's all I can really say about him. And with that, all we have left over here is an AT7, which is an extremely deadly Tier 7 TD, which I do not want to get hit by, especially tracked. Thank you, RNG, for tracking me. But we're going to drive away from the AT7. We're sitting at 3,400 damage, which is a pretty respectable amount by all means in there. Let's get a nice shot. Never mind. I guess not, but at least we're distracting it for the other guy. Hello, AT7. How you doing, comrade? Do you like... What? What? I don't even understand how that one bounced. That made no sense. Okay, we can try this again. Let's go for his track wheel. There you go. Nice tracking shot. Well, I guess it wasn't really a tracking shot, but you know what I meant there. Let's get another shot into him. Of course, we've got way, way better mobility than this tank, so there's another nice shot. Leo's going to tap him in the rear, and with that, that's a mastery and about 4,200 damage with 6 kills. Too bad we couldn't have gotten that 7th kill, but nonetheless, the T25-2 did decent. You can see that the gun on the tank is pretty good. It's good enough to rip into enemy tanks. And granted, the enemy team wasn't fantastic. The AT-7, the Tiger, yeah, they were not funny. Not great players. But, yeah, every now and then, every team has bad players as it is. But for the first game, can't complain at all. That was a good battle. Did everything it needed to. But you can definitely see where some of the issues arise. That Tiger would have probably taken off normally, if it was any average player, probably about 400 hit points there, which would have made me a cripple. Granted, I still probably would have survived this scenario. I have more DPM than a Tiger by quite a bit. I've got like 300 more DPM with adrenaline on. I'm sitting at like, what, 3,200 DPM, something ridiculous like that. So it wasn't an issue of me not having DPM to kill him. It was just, yeah, I have no armor, so I'm going to bleed no matter what. The Tiger still got 2,500 damage per minute. And that's something you got to keep in mind, is when you're only sitting at about 1,000 hit points, most mediums at tier 7 are sitting at 13 to 1,200. Good example of that would be the Panther M10 raid over there, or the FL10 sitting at 1,250. This vehicle only sitting at around 1,000, I think it is. Well, we'll take a look in just a sec. Yeah, 1,081. That means you're about 200 hit points below any other tank, meaning that VK30s, MT25, almost everything hurts. Especially because you have no armor, it really hurts. So you got to be very, very careful. Now, thankfully, the enemy team doesn't have any tanks that can one-shot me. And while Gravediggers are extremely annoying, they're not super hard to actually fight against. So yeah, this isn't too bad. We're just going to sit right here. This is a great spot to go haul down. Not really, haul down with armor, but just using my gun depression to get some shots out. Oh, that shot. Imagine if that had hit. That would have been so, so juicy. But you know what? We're not doing bad. Let's reload here. Let's get a shot to that M4FL10. We've already done about 480 damage. Like, the alpha on this tank is really, really nice. The ability to just keep tapping shell after shell into the enemy is great. And it's something that makes this tank extremely strong. Oh boy, that's the M4FL10 right over here. Hello, comrade. Would you like a big shell? Yes, I bet you would. There's one nice shot into you. Maybe we can get another one into the M4's turret. Aiming, and fire. Aw, imagine if that had hit. That would have been so amazing. But doesn't look like he's much of a threat anyway. We got the MT25 over here. There's a nice shot into him. Reload, and boom! That's another nice shot into him. So, again, you can see where that insane DPM is really, really good. Is that spot right there where we were easily able to rip into a tank like that. We also got vehicles like the Gravedigger off to the side. There's 2 shots into him. Like, we're already sitting at 1,500 damage. And you can clearly see where having great DPM is something that is really, really needed in certain scenarios. There's a shot to the VK30. He's already getting pretty crippled, and with that, yeah, the enemy team's not doing too well anymore. The Tiger, he's probably next on the chopping block over there. Let's get a nice shot. Never mind. That was not a nice shot. We're not going to even talk about that one. Let's try that again. There you go. That was better. That was definitely better. So we got the Gravedigger over here left, who we're going to try and rip into the booty of. Of course, with the insane DPM I have, that Gravedigger really stands no chance. So there's already 2 shots in the rear of him. Let's keep pumping them out. Time for the 3rd shot. There's number 3. Oh, that's the Tiger, though. That's actually 2 tanks. Oh, is that the same bad Tiger from before? I think it actually is. Well, if we got the Tiger over here, I might as well shoot at the Tiger while I can, because that guy's going to be a lot... Oh, okay, I guess he's gone. Never mind. So what I want to do is I'm just going to shoot at this Gravedigger as much as possible. Let's aim it on his lower plate and bounce it. Skill, as you can tell. The most skill, but thankfully we've got such an insane DPM that he really doesn't stand much of a chance against us. Even if he does shoot us, oh no. Yeah, right? So, again, this game was not bad at all. We were able to do our job here and come with another pretty solid victory. So, what do I have to say about the T25-2? I think it's a pretty solid tank. I haven't always loved it, and it actually, until I started talking to one of my friends, Bat Chat Begins, I never really liked the tank at all. But you know what? 3,150 damage and the game before at 4,000, you can see that this gun, just like this M41 Jade's Clan, slaps. So yeah, it's a pretty good tank. I would suggest, though, just for anybody grinding down this line, to be very, very careful in it. It has no armor. And while you did see me playing aggressive, I didn't go up against any Tier 8 teams, which is a good example. Because while I did get well in Tier 7, the gun struggles against Tier 8s. The standard pen is quite poor, so you have to load premium. And while the premium is fantastic at 258, you're still going to struggle. The dispersion isn't the best on the vehicle at .326, and yeah, it's a good tank. It's not great. It has a lot of weaknesses, and that's why it's one of the worst performing Tier 7s in the game. Hopefully, all of you enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.